Let's move on to the next one. This one says, are you single? Really? Really? Let's move on to the next one. Do you believe in God? Okay, so let me be very clear here. Okay, the word God, okay, is very ambiguous. Okay, the only word that we can put in that same bracket is love. In some languages, there are different words for love. So, for example, someone who meets you at the club, okay, and is telling you they love you, is different from a mother telling a child that she loves him or her. We are just short of diction, so we refer to everything as love. The idea is we don't have enough diction to communicate like what we want to convey. So if you ask me if I believe in God, what specifically are you talking about? People use God as a synonym for the universe. People use God to mean the source of creation. People use God to mean what they believe according to their religion. People use God to refer to their lesser God. It is until you are writing that you have to even differentiate between a capital G and a small g. So if you ask someone to be specific about that question, they'll either tell you the one that created you. It is very possible that exists, okay? But it is a different thing to tell me that he writes books. They are totally different scenarios here. If you ask me about the possibility of a creator, as much as we don't know whatever you believe, there is a possibility that yes, there is a creator. Nevertheless, it has nothing to do with he writing anything for you. If there is any supreme creationist outside space and time, he has a whole lot of other universes to take care of if the multiverse theory is true, and he has more planets and galaxies to worry about, not just one species of primate. We're just here convincing ourselves that the entire universe was made for us. Anyone who wants to ask whether they believe in God should be really specific. Well, I don't believe in believing in the first place. And the word God is very ambiguous to use if you are not ready for specifics. What if we live in a simulation? That is the simulation theory. No one knows. Okay, so let's continue. And this one say, what will you do if the world is ended in 12 hours? What will I do if the world is ended in 12 hours? Well, I don't assume the world will end 12 hours. I actually know that there is something I can do about it. Okay, so I'm not settling for the fact that the world is ending. So we should just sit down doing nothing. Whatever be the case, we have actually 12 hours to figure something out. That is what it means by we being the intelligent creatures on the planet. Dinosaurs were not intelligent. That is why they were hit by an asteroid. But if we call ourselves the intelligent creatures on this planet and we still sit down to be attacked by an asteroid, then we have a big problem. Whatever be the case, whether tsunami, whether earthquake, whether alien attack, whatever be the reason, I am not assuming that it is constantly going to end in 12 hours without us having anything to do about it. That is why most of the things that could cause our extinction are things we've already started looking at. Yes, but there is something that we can't do anything about, and there are two of them. When the sun is at its last stage, where it will actually explode, or when it actually enlarges, and then the Goldilocks area or the habitable zone moves farther, Earth wouldn't be habitable anymore, and that we can't do anything about. And secondly, what we can also do anything about is human stupidity. Human stupidity, we can't do anything about it. We may even end up extincting ourselves before the sun does it, because we are at a higher rate of killing our own selves through unnecessary stupidity. That is one. And secondly, through artificial intelligence. And this one says, what do I do to become like you? Okay, so communication is more of being born with. I don't know. But you can be trained to communicate well. Yeah, I think journalists are trained to communicate well. But apart from being very articulate and being very eloquent, you have to, especially if you want to become like me, you would need to start from a point of honesty. Okay, be very honest with yourself. Don't search to find what would make you feel good. You know, facts do not care about your feelings. Facts do not care about your emotions. Are you going there to learn what will make you feel good, or you're going to learn what is objective? What is objective has nothing to do with your individual preconceived mindset or childhood indoctrination. No, informations are out there that will tell you what is really happening without telling you what you already believe. The problem again is that most people want to hear what they already believe. And that is what brings about confirmation bias. And since your your handset, your social media handles, the AI always learns that this is the kind of information you need. It's going to continue giving you that information for the rest of your life, thinking that that is the sort of data that is true about the world. So vary your perspective, read other opinions, open your perspective up, and then you'll be good. Yeah, just be open-minded, and then look at the world through cosmic perspective. Yeah. Then we have, what is your favorite sci-fi movie? My favorite science fiction movie. So my favorite sci-fi movie would be, well, Interstellar. Yes, because it's one of the best astronomy movies that is out there. Interstellar, written and directed by Christopher Nolan. It's a very, very nice movie. I think.
I like seeing what goes on in the mind of someone with futuristic creativity, and Christopher Nolan is just such a person. And you look at his portfolio, he's got movies that have played with the passage of time. Time passing at different rates in different dream states. Is it real or is it a dream? In Interstellar, he is exploiting the laws of physics as represented in Einstein's relativity theory to have time pass at different rates among people who are otherwise contemporaries with one another, people who have children, whose relativity says that if you go in the vicinity of a black hole, time ticks differently for you than it does for others. He had a science advisor who's a professor of physics at Caltech. So it was fun speaking with a creative producer.
He did Oppenheimer as well. is also out there. It's a recent movie. It came out with Barbie. Yeah. So Oppenheimer is also a very, very nice movie. I think one of the best sci-fi directors in recent days is Christopher Nolan. He did a great work with Oppenheimer. He did a great work with um, Interstellar as well. So of course, I would vote that my favorite. And I think I have Avengers 2. Yeah, it's put in a lot of physics in in the film. It has a lot of science details in the Avengers as well. It's a very, very nice science fiction movie that if you understand physics a lot, you would be able to enjoy those ones. And this one says, if you can live forever, would you? Either yes or no. Explain your answer.